How are we doing, guys? And it's finished. Tottenham 2, Arsenal 3. Oh, Lord. Please, 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 please stop doing this to me. Stop. I can't do it anymore, man. My heart can't take it. I'm getting old, man. Seriously, Arsenal. Oh, I said this club's going to be the death for me, but my word, for 60 minutes today, I'm sitting there with the biggest smile on my face. Life is good. Everything is comfortable. I've got no worries in the world. I'm relaxed. There's no stress. Everything is great. We're 3-0 ahead. And I'm thinking, you know what? We've kind of weathered that first 10-15 minutes of the second half, and the whole place just looks flat. The fans are flat, the players are flat, it's done. And all we have to go and do is get a fourth or even a fifth, because it was that easy. And then out of nowhere, David Raya decides, let me do something stupid and kick the ball straight to them, let them through and score. And we already know that momentum in football is insane. And given what the game is, with it being the North London derby and everything else, that immediately gets the fans up. They've got a little bit of hope. And I'm sitting there now looking at the clock and thinking to myself, hold on a minute. Like, if they get one more now, like, oh my God. And my head's like going overtime. And then I'm watching the game and I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, I swear 10 minutes are gone. But every time I look at it, there's been about a minute. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? Like, who else is feeling like that? And I'm trying to take it in little blocks of 5 minutes. And I'm like, 70th minute, 75, 80. And I'm like, get to 85, right? We'll get to 90. No worries, no drama. And then we give a penalty away. And at that point, I'm like, I can't do this. I watched the penalty go in and I'm off out my house. I've walked down the road. I must look like a raging lunatic walking down the street, just all over the place. I'm looking at my phone and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. My dad used to do it and I used to sit there and laugh at him. You know, whenever we was never at a game and he had the game on the telly and he used to just walk off out. And I'd be like, where are you going? You're going to miss something. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I'm going out. And he'd go off for a walk. And I've just done the same thing. I'm all over the place. Oh my God. You have no idea. Seriously. You have no idea. It's not just about beating Spurs. It's everything that's involved in this. We cannot, and I stress this so much, we cannot just allow Man City to walk to the title. If we go and win, you know, like today, which we have done, and then our last 3 games, and Man City win their remaining games, you've got to hold your hands up and say, fair play. We did everything we can. But what I don't want is to drop points when you're 3-0 ahead and everything else, and everyone's talking about bottling and this, that and the other. That wasn't bottling today. Spurs are not a good team. You know, that fight back in the second half doesn't mean like, oh, the future's bright for Spurs. No, it's the fact that our goalkeeper gave you a way back into the game when everything was so comfortable. That's the reality of it. You know, set pieces down the Spurs left-hand side. I said it before the game in my preview. These are going to be the key areas that we have to exploit. The one bit of play we did, which was fast and it was just straight to the point, was the second goal. And look at what Saka did to Davies. Left him on his backside, shut up, in the goal it goes. And then the other 2 goals are set pieces. You know, we know that Spurs are awful at set pieces and we know we're good at set pieces. And it's as simple as that. Own goal. And then Kai Havertz with another goal. And then I think even at the start of the second half, the Spurs keeper made this mad save from Saka. And that would have been 4-0. Done and dusted. And even at that time, I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because we're playing Spurs. But even at 3-0, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm still not comfortable. I'm still not happy. I'm still like a nervous wreck. It's like, wow. And listen, what you can say about it is that, you know, when we've played 4 games in the space of 10 days and Spurs have played no games, you know, there's 2 ways to look at it. They started a little bit slowly because they weren't match ready and we were. But then at the end of the game, when we might have a few tired legs, they should be fresh. So it's a flip, and it's like, oh, wow. Oh, mate, I tell you something. I feel like I'm even speaking at 100 miles an hour. It's just crazy. But listen, at the end of the day, don't let anybody tell you any differently other than the fact that, Arsenal are a million miles ahead of Spurs. Okay, the close scoreline doesn't paint a true reflection. There were some nerves there. Yes, there was. And, we got to remember this is still a very, very young team, and they're going to get stronger and stronger season after season. And all of these type of games are where they have experience and they start to learn. Last season, if you remember, we went 2-0 up at Liverpool. We went 2-0 up at West Ham. And we ended up, dropping 2 points in each of those games. That's 4 points, in a title race that you're dropping when you're clear and ahead. So what we were able to do this time was just see it through. And even that last, you got 6 minutes of injury time, 4 minutes when the penalty goes in. You still got 10 minutes to navigate. And we were able to do that. And that is the difference between us now from last season. We've learned. And next season, we're going to learn from this season. And we'll only be stronger and stronger and stronger. So let's just pull it into context and remember that Spurs are a million miles away from us. If it makes their fans feel any better, go and make a DVD of the last 25 minutes and pull it up as Spurs 2, Arsenal 0. If that makes you feel better, go and do one of your DVDs, all right? We know how much you love to do DVDs of Spurs' greatest, victories and nights and everything else, even though you haven't won a league title since, I don't know, like black and white television. Like, come on, man. You can't even watch highlights of you winning the league in colour. Like, seriously, it was that long ago, 1961. Jesus Christ, man. Woo. Looking at the game as well, Spurs only had 2 shots on target and they score from them. It's mad, isn't it? But I just felt there were times today where we were just a little bit sloppy in our possession, and our ball retention in particular was not that great. And I think maybe when I talk about the nervousness and everything else, I don't think it's the nervousness of the title race. I think it's more the nervousness of coming up against Spurs and you not wanting your big rival to, stop you in your tracks when you're in the title race. We drop a point. One draw in our remaining games, that's it done. If Spurs would have drew this game, they would have celebrated like they celebrated the draw in 2004 when we were at the other end celebrating winning the league title on their pitch. The mentality of Spurs just shows how small a club that they actually are. I see a picture before because obviously the new stadium and everything else, there's a part, I don't know which part it actually is, but there's a part in one of their stands which would have been where the centre circle was for when it used to be White Hart Lane. And they've got like this little plaque just showing where the centre circle used to be. That's the same centre circle that the likes of Thierry Henry and Ashley Cole planted an inflatable Premier League trophy and sat and mocked you. And you're commemorating that exact centre spot. Cheers. If we ever go into the Spurs end or go on a stadium tour, we can stand in the exact same spot we mugged you off. Lovely jubbly. Oh, listen. Over to Man City now. Let's see what happens. Can Nottingham Forest give us a miracle? Can they please give us a miracle? I said before the Chelsea game, if we win against Chelsea and we win against Spurs, we will win the league. And I stand by that. I do think Man City are going to slip up somewhere. I don't know where, but they're going to slip up somewhere. And listen, all we can do is pray. All we can do is pray. But we've done our job and it's now over to them. So it's as simple as that. So listen, that is it for the match reaction. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.